116 children, including 10 infants, died at the BRD Medical College in Gorakhpur during the last 24 hours. Over this, the children who died, 10 were admitted in the neonatal intensive care unit, while 6 were in the pediatric ICU. 20 patients, including 6 from Deoria, 2 from Kushinagar, 4 from Gorakhpur and Maharajganj, and 1 patient each from Basti and Balrampur, afflicted with encephalitis, have been admitted to the hospital in the last 24 hours. In fact, Amir now joins me on the phone line with more details on this. Amir, certainly the hospital death horror continues to haunt the BRD Medical College in Gorakhpur, but more importantly, what are the reasons now being coming as far as the latest death is concerned, and what are the authorities really doing about this entire thing?
Well, as far as the recent spate of deaths in BRD Medical College, Gorakhpur is concerned, the doctors there say that all of these patients were actually brought to the hospital in a very bad condition. They were in their advanced stages of the disease, encephalitis, because most of the children, especially the newly born, were brought with the encephalitis infection in them, and therefore they say it was very difficult to save them, and that has been the story with the BRD Medical College over the last say 25-30 years. In fact, thousands of people have lost their lives, especially young children and infants, because of the encephalitis infection, and that seems to be the alibi that the doctors put forward every time they are questioned about the nature and number of deaths over there. But it is absolutely clear that even in this year itself, from January till now in October, there were about 1470 patients with encephalitis infection that were brought here, and out of these, over 300 children especially have lost their lives, meaning that over 20% of the patients that are brought here to the BRD Medical College actually, finally die and cannot basically have not been able to recuperate from their infection.
But Amir, more importantly, Amir, more importantly, why aren't these spate of deaths ringing any kind of alarm bells for the state government yet?
But yes, that's the question that every time is put forward to these doctors, the senior management of the BRD Medical College, as well as the government. But and especially, people had a lot of hopes around the time Yogi Adityanath was anointed as the chief minister and the BJP government came to power, because they thought that over the last successive government, the head of the government did not take it seriously. Now, because Yogi Adityanath belongs to Gorakhpur, there was a renewed hope among people that things actually will be taken care of and that the spate of deaths will come down. But so far as we've seen over the last several months, the number of deaths there in Gorakhpur has been on the rise. So that should actually alarm the government enough. But so far we've seen perhaps that it doesn't fit into the priority of the government. And the government has been complacent. They say that things have been very bad over the last several decades, and therefore it will take much longer than expected to improve things there on the ground.